Warning, there is a good chance Bitcoin Mike has no idea what he's talking about. Do your own research. Enjoy the show. Thank you.
All right, guys, Bitcoin not looking too good today. Just kidding. Absolutely insane, guys. Bitcoin 41,608, pushing up to $42,000. Absolutely incredible. Ethereum 2,225. BNB not doing too much. Solana 61. Cardano been hanging out above 40 cents, which we can't complain about. Dogecoin had a nice pump up to 8. Overall, your altcoins looking okay. This is mainly a Bitcoin pump. This is kind of what we've discussed. Bitcoin making its next leg up in the cycle as altcoins kind of go up a little bit. There are some altcoins going up like gaming tokens that we're going to talk about and things like that. But Bitcoin making its next leg up, which might be 42,000, 45,000, who freaking knows, levels out a little bit. Above 40,000, hopefully, and then your altcoins are going to go crazy. Guys, this is your last opportunities to get into some of these altcoins. These cycles are playing out 100% to a T, and the altcoins are going to be ripping very, very soon. There's no question about it. I'm a big fan of this guy, Alessio Restino, whatever his last name is. He's one of the guys I always listen to when it comes to cryptocurrency. He was calling for a $40,000 Bitcoin really for the last year. Let's see what he has to say.
Well, just give me a quick update on Bitcoin. Bitcoin has just recently hit our target at 40K. As you may recall, from the beginning of this year, and even in the spring of this year, I've been calling for this target in the 40 to 43K range to be reached sometime by the end of this year. In fact, let me show you a few clips and we'll come back.
As long as the support holds, then we could start the next major wave 3. Anywhere from within this region here, we could start the major wave 3, going to the upside. So the wave 3 would take us eventually towards much higher levels, potentially towards 30K, and potentially even towards the 40 to 50K regions as well. To me, at the moment here, it's beginning to look likely that this is what's playing out. And eventually, yes, we could see a general move, a sustained move above 32K, break above that level, can push it also into the next region as well. And yes, eventually towards 40K as well. 40K or 38,966 is a 61.8% golden ratio. So my view is that this is the next likely wave 3. And then this wave 3 could extend much higher. If that's correct, if this is the correct wave count, which I think it is, then wave 3 could extend much higher, in my view, towards 40K, 50K. All right, guys, as you heard there in the member videos and the clips I showed, I've been calling for this target in the 40 to 43K range to be reached on Bitcoin. In fact, 40K is the logarithmic Fibonacci retracement for Bitcoin. And let me say this, my bullish expectation for Bitcoin was, while many other YouTubers and analysts were extremely bearish, calling for a crash below 15K and 10K. So I've remained resolutely bullish on Bitcoin from the beginning of this year. By the way, notice now how the episteme, the mode of thinking, as Michel Foucault calls it, the episteme is changing from negativity and pessimism to now mechanism. Now everyone on social media is pretty much talking about, fundamentals, schmundamentals, pushing the price of Bitcoin up to these levels and targets, even though it's complete nonsense. As I explained in my previous videos, it is not the fundamentals, mumbo-jumbo garbage that's pushing the price of Bitcoin up. It's sentiment, social mood. Again, go and watch my previous videos where I covered this about social mood and how it generates the fractal Elliott wave nature of the markets. Now, given that we've hit this region and this target, I think it's possible and probable we might see a pullback, but I think it's quite probable in the next several weeks we might even reach Manuel Bly's target of 47K, which by the way is not far away from the 61.8% golden ratio retracement using the linear retracements, which is not far away from 50K. In fact, here's what Manuel Bly said some weeks ago.
We calculated a price objective target of 36,700 and then another one at a lofty 47,200. But I think that this is this most stretch it can get, and then follows a correction, a deep one.
So that's what I think is likely for Bitcoin.
So that's really interesting. So a lot of these guys, the guy who was just speaking is thinking we might get up to $47,000, then get a big retracement, maybe back down to $40,000. For me, that just means the Bitcoins are going to absolutely run at that point. So, but even if we get like a Bitcoin up to $47,000 and we drop down to like $38,000, it's all short term. Whatever opportunities you can see right now to buy your Bitcoin and altcoin, you got to jump at it, guys. This is not the time to be little scared little boy hanging out in the corner. We're not getting a $10,000 Bitcoin like Gareth Soloway told you we were. I mean, Here's the video. Here's Gareth Soloway, just 4 months ago, case for a $9,000 to $10,000 Bitcoin. Why are people listening to these guys? I don't understand it. Data Dash. Look at his videos just 2 months ago. The Bitcoin relief rally is finally over. Why the crowd is wrong about Bitcoin, the coming recession. A Bitcoin collapse is imminent 3 months ago. Guys, you got to just, it's very important at this point in the markets to just not listen to the dumb money. Who's the dumb money? They've all proved themselves over the last year. There's really no new YouTubers over the last couple of years that I know of. So I always say, if your YouTuber you were listening to was calling for a Bitcoin crash, going under 10,000, going under 3,000, guys like Data Dash, Gareth Soloway, I mean, there's like 90% of all YouTubers were wrong. Just avoid these guys. These guys are going to get you wrecked. Now, I guarantee you Data Dash, next year when we're at $100,000 Bitcoin, Data Dash is going to be overly bullish because he's very emotional. He's a very emotional person, and he's going to be calling for a $200,000 Bitcoin, and then we're probably going to dump at $120,000, and he's going to get all of his followers wrecked. He's been wrong every step of the way. Listen to smart money like Alessio Restino, however you pronounce his last name. And Alessio doesn't even follow the 4-year cycles. He just kind of goes off of sentiment and basically just kind of, well, I guess it is kind of the 4-year cycles because he does go by cycles, but he kind of he's very good at ignoring all the BS in between. When Bitcoin was down, everybody was calling for a crash at 15,000. He was calling for a $25,000 Bitcoin, which we eventually got a few months later. Very good. This guy really knows his stuff. So, according to most people right now, we could be getting up to a $47,000 Bitcoin. I don't think we're going to go that high. I think like $42,000, $43,000. We'll probably get a dump from there. I think we're probably going to level out on Bitcoin, and then I think the altcoins are going to absolutely run. Like I said, this is really mainly a Bitcoin pump, other than some altcoins. Just like Bitcoin's making its next level up now your altcoins are going to make their next level up. Just like, Cardano now hanging out above 40 cents, very comfortably above 40 cents. I think we made up to 41 or 42 cents earlier this morning. We're getting ready to make those next levels. And it's just kind of funny. I found this on Twitter, this guy, this GIF, I guess you can call it. Can you listen? All right, now they said I should wait for Bitcoin, for $12,000 Bitcoin. I waited and waited. Bitcoin is now 40,000. Rest in peace, no Lambo. And that's kind of what's going on right now. It's kind of funny. I've been talking to a lot of people involved in crypto, and some of the people who are telling me we're going down to $10,000, $15,000 Bitcoin, I sent them a text last night, and I said, do you realize that Bitcoin just hit $40,000? No response from some of my friends and stuff like that. Like, no response. They're so upset. You guys, you missed it. You missed Bitcoin, because the best you can do right now on Bitcoin is maybe a 2.5x. You missed Ethereum. I hate to say it. You missed it. The best you're going to do, well, you didn't miss it, but the best you're going to do on Ethereum now, maybe Ethereum gets to $5,000, $7,000, $8,000. That's not the life-changing money. What haven't you missed yet? You haven't missed your opportunity in a lot of these altcoins. But eventually I'm going to be making a video. Cardano's going to be $2 or $3. Solana's going to be $150. XRP is going to be $3. Then you did miss it. So stop being such freaking pussies, guys. You're pathetic. Stop being pathetic. Not most of my people out there, but some of my new people coming in. And find an altcoin that's good quality. Cardano, that has not pumped yet majorly. And take a position, guys. Take a position. Even Litecoin's going to do all these coins we talk about. Theta, where's Theta? I haven't even looked at Theta. I'm sure it's still above $1, but $1 rate for Theta. Theta has like another 15, 20x to go. I saw Vulcan Forge, a coin we've been talking about, hit $7.50 just last night. We were talking about that at $2, guys. We were talking about $2. MicroStrategy, telling people to buy MicroStrategy $160. It's $550 right now. MicroStrategy is essentially doubled in a month. It's absolutely crazy what's happening with crypto right now. Everybody is overall bullish because we're going into those cycles. All right, what else are we going to talk about? Let's see what's going on with BitBoy. You know, it's funny. I do talk a lot of shit about BitBoy, just because he's like done a lot of scamming, done a lot of ripping people off. But he does have a good gauge in the market because BitBoy did call the market. He was calling for a 40,000 in 2019. Says right here in 2019, I famously predicted $100,000 for 2021. Unfortunately, I almost famously got it wrong, but we did get up to almost 70K. He does have a good gauge. Like he has like a common sense in the market. Let's see what he's saying right now. As of today, I'm thinking 50,000 by Christmas. So what is that? We're already in December. So he's thinking 50,000 in the next 2.5 weeks. Could that happen? I don't know. It could. I mean, guys, it absolutely could. And I think one of the reasons we're getting this pump is a lot of people are thinking that, you know, that Bitcoin ETF could happen any day. If we get the Bitcoin ETF before Christmas, we're getting a $50,000 Bitcoin. Simple as that. If we don't get it by Christmas, I don't think we're going that high. But we could. I mean, Alenzio, who we just watched, said we might go 47. Let's see. You may not like me, but man, did I call this. I wonder how many people consistently make money off me while dodging me publicly. Well, I think you caused a lot more people to lose money. Here's a good call from Ben. This is from last night. We just hit 40,000, baby. I told you guys we got a little rejection, but 42,000 soon. So, you know, like I said, Ben is talented. He has a good gauge on the market. He's just way too flawed as a human being to take a lot of his advice. And, of course, all the scams he's been shilling over the years. But I'd much rather be taking his advice than the guys over there at Discovery. Actually, he mentions it right here. Remember when everyone at Hit Network told you Bitcoin was going back to 20K in October? Those guys have no idea what they're talking about. I agree. The guys over there at Discovery Network, Hit Network, they are the same guys who were pumping your gas last year at the gas station. Don't listen to anything they say. You know, I found this article, which I found to be kind of interesting. As you guys know, El Salvador, their currency went to zero because of socialism and just printing. And they decided to go invest in Bitcoin. Apparently, they were down on their investment. Everybody, including Jim Cramer on CNBC, was like, these guys are idiots. You made the biggest mistake in the world getting into Bitcoin. Well, now El Salvador, it looks like because of the pump up to 40,000, they are now in profit. The president of El Salvador took to the platform Twitter earlier, Monday morning, to note his country's Bitcoin investment was now profitable by more than 3 million following the crypto's rally to 42,000. We have no intention of selling. So, eventually, wouldn't that be interesting if once Bitcoin gets to like 100,000, 120,000, I think you'll see other countries, other third world shithole countries, as I say, are going to say, hey, look, El Salvador, they did it with Bitcoin. We can also hop in. And then what's going to happen is they're going to buy Bitcoin at like $120,000. And then it's going to go to like $20,000 the next year. And then it's going to be like a big, oh my God. Because look, if you were going to use Bitcoin as your country's currency, you had to buy when like El Salvador did or even earlier. I just see a lot of like third world countries, like African countries, like coming into Bitcoin when it hits 100,000, then it's like, oh my God. Talk about the dumb money. But I do think El Salvador's bet's going to play off. They're already in profit. As long as Bitcoin continues, I mean, hey, it beats their shitty currency that went to zero, and it beats being in US dollars that will eventually go to zero. So, not too bad for El Salvador. And as we already talked about, Coinbase and MicroStrategy are absolutely killing it. Here's the article on CoinDesk. We were begging people to buy Coinbase and MicroStrategy on this channel. You can find my videos. Just if you bought Coinbase and MicroStrategy, you'd be like 3-4x right now. So not too bad for a stock, and it's not even done. I expect by the time things are done with MicroStrategy, I think MicroStrategy is probably going to be about $1,000 stock when Bitcoin hits $100,000, or even going back to all-time highs. MicroStrategy might be $1,000 stock, and that's when your boy right here is going to be selling it all. What I can't imagine what idiot's going to be buying it from me, but. There's going to be some idiot out there buying my MicroStrategy stock from me at $1,000. Well, it'll be the same idiot buying my Cardano at $3, $3 and $4. Hey, look, you got to have idiots, guys. You got to have idiots out there. We will conclude talking about our favorite coin, Cardano. Cardano ADA draws whale attention. Impact on price prospects. Citing on-chain data noted that in the last 3 months, there's been a significant increase in large transactions. That is, Cardano transactions over 100,000. This value has reached all-time highs. According to Ali, the surge points towards growing interest in Cardano from institutional players and whales, which is frequently a precursor to price spikes. What have we been talking about on this channel? Cardano has been in the, can you guys figure it out? Accumulation zone. All the whales, all the smart money. I consider myself to be smart money, just like a lot of people watching my channel, because not because we're so smart, just because we follow other smart people like Alenzio, and we follow the 4-year cycles. Smart money has been buying Cardano over the last year. It's a point. Here's a tweet. In the last 3 months, there's been a significant increase in transactions over 100,000, reaching new highs. That means people are buying Cardano. The surge is pointing to growing interest in Cardano from institutional players and whales, which, like I said, is a precursor to a price spike. This is because whale activity, as indicated by a surge in large transactions, can have a substantial impact on an asset's price and sentiment, depending on whether these larger holders are buying and selling. In the case of Cardano, the recent increase in whale activity corresponds with a growth in the Cardano price, which is higher across multiple timeframes. According to CoinGecko, Cardano is trading higher in the last 30 days by 25.2% and has increased 27.2% this year. At the time of writing, Cardano is up 4% in the last 24 hours at 41 cents. And Cardano still takes the number 8 spot. So guys, I hope you guys can see what's brewing with Cardano. And it's not just Cardano. It's a lot of other good quality projects as well. Bitcoin is doing what it always does. It steals the show. It pumps. We got the ETF news. We got the halvening. Once it levels out, a lot of these altcoins are going to go crazy. I've been saying this for the last couple months. I really think Cardano is going to be 75 cents to $1 by the end of the year. I could be wrong. Maybe we'll still be at 40 cents. Don't call me out on it. I'm just a guy, who's on the internet trying to make some crypto videos. But Cardano is due for its next leg up. I think Cardano is going to outperform Solana in the short term. Even if you look today, Solana is down 2.67%. And I only say that, well, you guys know I hate Solana, but I say that because Solana already pumped. Solana kind of had its pump. Okay, it had its pump first. Not all coins pump at the same time. And I think it's going to be time for coins like Cardano, even XRP to get back to $1, Dogecoin above 10, 11, 12 cents. I feel like the next leg up. All right, let's talk about that before we continue. What's the next leg up for a lot of our favorite altcoins? Let's figure it out. I think XRP by the end of the year or very, very early next year is going to be $1. I think Cardano is going to be between 75 cents to $1 by the end of the year or sometime January, February. I think Dogecoin is going to be between, between 10 and 12 cents within the next couple months. What else we got here? I think Litecoin is going to be over $100, guys. I think Litecoin's going back to over $100 by the end of the year or January, February, sometime in that time frame. Bitcoin Cash $400 or $500 is definitely going to happen in the foreseeable future. And VeChain, VeChain's been in this range for so long. VeChain had a high of 26 cents. It's probably going between 35 and 50 cents into the next bull market. I think VeChain's going to be definitely into the 3 cent range going into early next year, but most likely between 3 and 4 cents to start. There's only the start. VeChain is one of those coins where if you've been on the sidelines for the last year listening to Gareth Soloway and listening to Data Dash and listening to all the other scammers, you still have a chance with VeChain because really, you can still, even if it just goes back up to all-time highs, you got a 10x. So VeChain is still 10x from its all-time high. VeChain is like a no-brainer. Luna Classic's been going crazy, but I can't even guess what that's going to happen. And let's see, over here we got Theta. I think Theta is probably going to be $1.50, $1.50 to $2 by January, February. That's my prediction on Theta. And Vulcan Forge, which has absolutely been crazing it. PYR coin, it's $7.40 right now. God, we were begging you to buy this at $2 just a month ago. I think Vulcan Forge is going to be between $25 and $30 within the next 3 or 4 months. Like, I think it's because if you look how hard Vulcan Forge pumps, the gaming narrative is back, baby. It's back. It's even bigger than AI. So it looks like all these gaming coins are going to do absolutely even better than they did last bull market. So yeah, $20, $30 Vulcan Forge in the next couple months would not surprise me. Other than that, guys, everything's looking great. I can't complain. Things are looking good. Could we have a short-term pullback? Yeah, we could. It doesn't go. Bitcoin's not going to go up forever, but that pullback might not happen until $45,000, $47,000. We might get a big dump at $42,000 and go under $40,000 again, and then go up from there. You know what? Who freaking knows? I don't freaking know. All I know is by this time next year, I'm going to be up 10 to 20x on a lot of my coins, and I'm going to be cashing out. I'm going to be cashing out, and I'm going to be very, very happy. What's going to happen tomorrow or the next day or the next couple of weeks? It's all a guess, but we know the Bitcoin halving is coming up in 4 or 5 months. Statistically, 6 months after the Bitcoin halving, we go back to the all-time highs. So, guys, we're like less than a year away from like blowing past all-time highs on Bitcoin. Probably we could blow past all-time highs for Bitcoin if we get the Bitcoin ETF approved next month. Like, there's so many positive things. The stock market's going crazy. They've already announced they're going to stop with the interest rates. Gold is pumping. Gold is the highest it's been ever. And of course, Bitcoin pumps with gold. So all I got to tell you guys, find your favorite YouTuber you've been watching over the last couple years. See what they were saying this time last year. If they were calling for a $10,000 Bitcoin or $3,000 Bitcoin, Bitcoin dominance going up to 80%, your altcoins going to zero, I'm telling you, stop listening to them. I'm not even saying listen to me. I don't even care if you watch me. I just do this for fun. But don't listen to these stupid MFers who are getting everybody wrecked. Gareth Soloway, he got you wrecked. Not you personally, but he got people wrecked, and people consider him to be an expert. A Jersey Guido guy who just decided to sell a crypto course. All these guys selling you courses are complete sleazeballs. Anyway, I'm not gonna go on my rant about that, but you can find my videos. Like, these guys, if you have to sell somebody a course, you're not good. Like, people who make billions and billions of dollars trading, they don't have to sell a course. They live on the island with supermodels having sex with them all day and drinking margaritas. They don't need to sell you a course. They've already made their money. People who sell you courses, 99% of the time, are snake oil salesmen. And I hope you're starting to understand that. Like and subscribe. Talk to you later.